Hi, my name is Kelly, and I live with the most painful condition known to man. It's called Complex Regional Pain Syndrome, or CRPS, and it's also known as the suicide disease. I didn't always have CRPS. CRPS is typically started when you have an injury, something as basic as soft tissue. Mine was a sprained ankle. And from that, my initial injury healed, but the pain signals never stopped. In fact, they just continued to get amplified until I was in excruciating pain. And those pain signals from 2011 have not stopped. They have only gotten higher. So there's a pain scale called the McGill Pain Scale, and CRPS ranks above fibromyalgia, amputation of a finger, and unmedicated natural childbirth. And this is pain that I live in every single day. And today is Color the World Orange Day, which is CRPS Awareness Day. And I typically do videos around CRPS, and I put out content, and I have a positive narrative, and I talk about just having resilience and continuing to move, and all of the, to give people that have this hope. And so I was on the fence about doing a video like this, but I feel like if we're going to bring awareness to such a tragic condition, that I don't want to put any filters on it. I've got a ton of other stuff, a ton of other content for that, and will continue to promote mindfulness and all the positive things. But I want people to know how horrible it is to live with the suicide disease, because we need a cure. We don't even have treatments that work well. We don't have any research that's being done, and there are so many people that are suffering with this. And the thing is that if you know that you have CRPS very quickly after it starts, your chance of remission is really high. I didn't really have that chance because my body had been breaking down, and it was at war for years. I went 4 years without a diagnosis. I think the average person might go 2 years. So it's not okay. Our medical community does not know anything about it. I try to be an advocate, but to tell you the truth, I have medical PTSD from the medical system and how I've been treated. I've had doctors turn their back on me. I've had situations where I haven't felt safe. Just last month, I was passed around from ortho surgeon to ortho surgeon because nobody wanted to touch my case because I was a liability. I'm in excruciating pain every day. I wake up and I have to take a pain medication to get out of bed. When I open my eyes in the morning and I get the awareness of my body, it is like, it's awful, and it brings me to tears sometimes. And if I get up before that pain medication starts to work, it feels like I am walking on crushed, like my bones are crushed. And so I can't survive without pain medication. I also do ketamine treatments. I have a lot of things that I do to manage this every single day. It's like a full-time job. But I have to travel 5 states to get the medication that I need because I cannot find a doctor in New England who will prescribe them to me, which is another whole issue. But we need medical professionals who understand complex regional pain syndrome to know that we are not drug seeking, to know that the pain that we feel is real, And we need your help to make that awareness happen. It is absolutely essential that we have understanding and compassion from the medical world. Before I got sick, I thought that when you get sick, you go to a doctor and it's kind of like a safe place to go and they make you feel better. That has not been my experience. I do have a good medical team now. But again, I do travel 5 states to see them. I don't even have a primary care doctor in the state where I live because I can't find anybody that understands my condition. And even a simple blood draw could cause my CRPS to spread. I had a blood draw this weekend. It went horribly wrong. It could have caused the CRPS to go into my hand. And then what? I have friends that this has happened to. Like anything could happen. Like this, it can get in my organs. I already have gastro issues because of it. It's just, it's so destructive. And the medical community is so negligent to us. We just want to be understood. I want to be able to walk into a pain doctor's office and I don't want to hear him tell me that I should get a spinal cord stimulator and that will cure my CRPS. 2 months ago, I had a pain doctor tell me that we could do a spinal cord stimulator. It would cure me and then we could take it out. That is misinformation. And it broke my heart because if I had walked in there 8 years ago and he told me that, I would have done that surgery, which probably would have caused my CRPS and my condition to spread into my back. So now you understand why we are terrified of the people that are supposed to help us the most. And we just want a little compassion, understanding, and education. This condition has taken so much from me. It's taken parts of my career. It's taken me away from my home. It's taken me away from just a life that I built for 35 years. And I was left with not a whole lot. And I was in excruciating pain, and the pain doesn't stop. And I'll be honest with you, because I think that it's important and I don't think that there should be a stigma around this. I have also been suicidal because of CRPS. Because a person cannot live in that feeling like they're doused in gasoline all the time. And I work really hard to promote awareness around that and to help people and to help people find hope. But the fact is that a lot of people feel that way. And it breaks my heart because it doesn't have to be this way. There's also a misconception that CRPS there's a large part of it that is psychological. And I was actually talking to a PT last week about this, and they were saying that was mostly it. And had I gone to a psychologist? And I said, first off, I am a therapist. And I said, yeah, I went to therapy, but I didn't go to therapy because of this, I went to therapy because of the grief, because I lost a lot of my career, because I lost friends, because I lost so much. I lost my body, I lost my activity, I lost my identity. There's so much grief wrapped around this illness that part is psychological, and that causes depression. The effects of excruciating chronic pain on your mind is intense. But that doesn't contribute to me having CRPS. That's just a symptom. And it's not a mind over matter thing. My nervous system is jacked up. Like it is so crazy the way that my sensory processing is now. Some days I can't get socks on, I can't get shoes on, I can't touch my feet, I can't take a shower because the water feels like daggers going into my feet. I mean, it is completely changed my life as I know it. And it is not psychological. And it also spreads. I've been to a couple doctors over the last couple months that say it doesn't spread. It does. 70% of the cases it spreads. Mine spread from one foot to the other, and now it's in my mouth because of oral surgery that I had done. Working really hard for it not to be in my knee. But basically, if I stop moving, I will lose the ability to walk. And so every day you see me posting stories of walking, of biking, of lifting weights. And that is my way to work with my body, to build my body up, to keep my body moving as best as it can. But make no mistake, I am dying inside with pain. And after having this for so long, I can hide it really well. You would never know the amount of pain that I'm in. And sometimes I don't want you to know because I don't want the topic to be about that. I want to be distracted. I want to have, I want to be engaged in other people's lives, and it's not about me. But if you know someone with CRPS, know that they never get a break. And even when I go into remission, so my average pain levels are like at an 8. When I'm in remission, and that's after I have ketamine treatments, which are out of pocket. My insurance does not pay for any of this. So my salary since getting CRPS, because I'm not able to work as much or in the same capacity, has decreased 50 to 70%. And my medical bills take up a huge, huge portion, almost half of what I bring in. And so I get into remission, and that means for me, instead of being at an 8, that I'm at a 4. And sometimes I have 0 moments of pain, but those are moments. That's never an hour. So I'm just stressing all of this because it's important. It doesn't need to be filtered, and we really need a cure. And we need more than a cure right now, because that's kind of out of reach. We need some compassion from the medical community because we are suffering and it sucks and we are tired. So if you have questions, if you want to help raise awareness, please let me know. I'm happy to talk to anyone to advocate about this, because I don't want anybody else to suffer. I want this to stop. I want to be able to have a life where this isn't my main focus, because it sucks. So thank you for listening, and thank you for loving somebody who has this condition. And thank you for being there. See you soon.